the Supreme Lord, right? So now 1 week back we were celebrating the birthday of Balramji, right, who is the elder brother of the Supreme Lord. So this celebration of Janmashtami or celebrating the birthday of the Supreme Lord is kind of inconceivable for some of the people, right? They don't believe that first of all there is God, and then on top of it, if there is God, he is a person, right? Only a person can have a birthday, right? You cannot have a birthday for something which is abstract or somebody who is nirakar, right? You cannot have a birthday for him. Only a person can have a birthday, right? So this celebration of Janmashtami or appearance of Lord Krishna is not very palatable to the people, or it's not very easily understood by the people. But what this shows that these festivals of Janmashtami, Balram Jayanti, all these festivals show that the process of Krishna consciousness is a very personal process, in the sense that you have a personal relationship with the Lord, right? You celebrate somebody's birthday only when you have a relationship with somebody, right? Otherwise, why would you celebrate somebody's birthday? So it shows that it is a very personal process. The process of Krishna consciousness is a very personal process. We know who is the Supreme Lord. We also know what is the address of that Supreme Lord. We also know how to connect with that Supreme Lord. How do we connect with the Supreme Lord? By simply chanting his name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So by simply chanting his names, we can connect with him, right? As Rupa Goswami says that if you chant the names of the Supreme Lord, the Lord dances on your tongue, right? So you can connect with the Supreme Lord by simply chanting his name. So this is very inconceivable for some of the people. So let's look at what do we mean by Janmashtami. First of all, if we want to understand, does the Lord have a birthday? I mean, we as mortals have a birthday, but does Krishna have a birthday? I mean, does he appear? I mean, does he have birth and death? Is he also like a mortal like us? No, he's not a mortal like us. He is an unborn. He's Ajo, right? So he does not have a birthday per se, but we do celebrate his appearance. It means that, see, just like sun rises and then sun sets, correct? Now, when the sun sets, we do not say that he has gone, he's died, right? And when he rises, we do not say that the sun is born. So similarly, Krishna also appears in this world and then disappears from this world after doing his Leela. So it is mainly, when you say Janmashtami, it means the appearance of the Lord. So it means appearance of the Lord in our life. So that is what it means as Janmashtami. It doesn't mean that the Lord is born. Like the process might look similar, like he enters the womb of he also has parents, he also entered the womb of Devaki and then took
like
birth.
this.
But his birth or his appearance is very different from our birth and appearance. See, we are forced into this world. We did not have a choice of our parents. We did not have a choice of the day on which we were born. We did not have a choice where we will be born. Right? We are all forced to take birth. But the Supreme Lord is Swaraj. He is totally independent. And he, out of his own mercy, takes birth or appears in this world. Right? So the birth of the Supreme Lord and our birth are very different. And when we say birth of Supreme Lord, it means his appearance in this material world. Just like the sun rises, the Supreme Lord also appears in this world and then after doing some Leela goes back or disappears from our vision. So that is what is meant by Janmashtami or appearance of the Supreme Lord. Okay. So that's what I was explaining, right? There is no birth for Lord Krishna. He is Aja, he is unborn, right? And Brahma Samhita says this. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. What does this mean? Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes. Right? So he is unborn. Ajo. Correct? Now we can celebrate Janmashtami or the appearance of the Supreme Lord at every moment in our life. Right? We should be celebrating that Krishna has appeared in our life. That is real Janmashtami. Right? And we will see how different devotees of Krishna celebrated Krishna's appearance. So going forward we will see that. And why should we hear about Krishna's pastimes? Why is it that we should hear about Krishna pastime? Is because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvata tvattva deham punar janma naiti mameti so Arjuna. So what is the benefit of hearing about Krishna's birth, his pastimes, is that you can be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. That is the guarantee which Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita, that if you understand my birth, understand my activities, then you will not take birth in this material world. So it is this powerful. Listening to Krishna Katha is this very powerful. So that's why we celebrate Janmashtami and we try to hear about Krishna's pastimes. Right? And in order to have Krishna in our lives, it is not straightforward, right? I mean, you cannot just say, oh, Krishna appear in my life and he will be there. You have to take austerities for having Krishna in your life. And if you are ready to undergo those austerities, ready to take those challenges, ready to do service, then Krishna will appear in our life. That is the beauty of Krishna's appearance. You have to work hard in order to have Krishna in your life. Right? You can see there are so many examples. Srila Prabhupada, he struggled for so many years in order to establish this ISKCON. Right? He was a pure devotee, but in order to exemplify his devotee, Krishna made him struggle so much. So we also have to struggle in our lives in order to have Krishna in our lives. Okay? And why does Krishna appear in this world? See, he gives some reasons. Now this is an external reason. He says that Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya tu dushkritam dharma samsthaparnathaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So I appear in every yuga in order to establish dharma and in order to kill the demons. But in the first line, so the first thing which he says is Paritranaya sadhunam. So in order to show mercy to my devotees, I appear. That is one of the main reasons why Krishna takes birth in this world. Right? Paritranaya sadhunam. That is what he is saying as the first thing. Not killing the demons. Right? He is not saying that I come for killing the demons. That is a byproduct. But his main goal to appear in this world is to have a loving pastimes with his devotees. He want to have loving pastimes with his devotees. He want to make sure that he can have loving exchanges with his devotees. And we can see that Krishna performs so many sweet pastimes with his devotees. As we move forward, we will see those as well. Right? So now let's understand how Devaki and Vasudeva celebrated Janmashtami. Now the story goes like this, right? We all know this story, but let's try to understand it in a little more detail. So Devaki, who is the sister of Kamsa, is getting married to Vasudeva, and after marriage, Kamsa is taking Devaki and Vasudeva on a chariot. He's basically taking his sister to the in-laws place. He's trying to drop his sister to the in-laws place. And then there is an Akashvani which says that the eighth child of Devaki will kill you, will kill Kamsa. So that is an Akashvani which happens, and that infuriates Kamsa. That basically infuriates Kamsa. Now just 10 seconds before he was showing so much love and affection to Devaki, and now he is ready to kill Devaki. So what he does is, he takes out his sword holds the hair of Devaki and then puts the sword on her throat and says that I will kill you. Right? Now Vasudeva, who is standing there, is now in a position where what should he do? Right? He is kind of helpless. So you see that this material world makes us helpless. This material world is designed that we will become helpless, but we should never be hopeless. Right? We can become helpless. The situation might be such that it will make us helpless, that I cannot do anything. But you should not become hopeless. And that is what the Vaishnava Vasudeva does. He doesn't become hopeless. So what he does is, in that moment, he tries to save his wife Devaki. What he does is, he cannot take side of Kamsa. Because if he takes side of Kamsa, definitely Devaki will die. If he takes side of Devaki, then instead of one head, two heads will fall down. Right? Because then Kamsa will kill both Devaki and Vasudeva. So what he does is, he basically tells Kamsa that the eighth child will kill, the eighth son will kill you, right? So Devaki is not going to be, you don't kill Devaki. What I will do is, I will bring each and every son of Devaki to you, and then you can do what you want to do. Now, Vasudeva's character is such a spotless character that even a demoniac person like Kamsa agrees to this proposal. He agrees to the proposal only because he knows that whatever Vasudeva is saying will happen. So he has that full faith, and because of the character of Vasudeva, he agrees to this proposal where he agrees that you bring your sons to, Vasudeva will hand over each and every son born of Devaki to Kamsa, and then Kamsa can do whatever he wants to do. Now there is a small background to this, that these sons of, so now 6 sons are born of Devaki and Kamsa kills them one by one. So he imprisons Devaki and Vasudeva, and then 6 sons are born in that prison, and he kills each of those sons of Devaki. Now these sons were basically, in their previous life, these sons were sons of Marichi. And Marichi's sons were so notorious that Brahmaji cursed them. And then they were also cursed by, now they were born and they were cursed by Hiranyakashipu as well. Now Hiranyakashipu is a demon, and that demon also curses those sons of Marichi. And he curses that you will be killed by your own father. That is what is the curse Hiranyakashipu gives to those 6 sons of Marichi. And these 6 sons of Marichi are now born to Devaki, and the sons, Kalanemi, they were sons of Kalanemi. So that Kalanemi is now born as Kamsa. And now Kamsa kills those 6 sons of Devaki. So that is a background of those 6 sons of Devaki. Now what Acharya's comment on these 6 sons is, these 6 sons refer to anarthas which are there in our heart. And once those anarthas are removed, then only Krishna can come in our life. Right? And before that, Balramji comes. And Balramji is Guru Tattva. So once our heart is cleansed, we get a Guru, and then when the Guru comes, we can have Krishna in our heart. So that is what is the meaning of this, of killing of these 6 sons. That killing of these 6 sons represent killing of the 6 anarthas in our heart. Okay? Now, so as the story goes forward, after killing the 6th son, 7th son, Balramji appears in the womb of Devaki. Actually, Rohini Mata is the eternal mother of Balramji. But Balramji enters into the womb of Devaki. Why does he do that? Because Balramji is elder brother of Krishna, and he is the prime servitor of the Supreme Lord. He is a direct expansion of the Supreme Lord, and he is the servitor of the Supreme Lord. So he enters into the womb of Devaki in order to clean the womb and to prepare the bed for Krishna. So he enters into the womb of Devaki, and then he is transferred to Rohini Mata's womb. Right? Now, we cannot imagine what technology was there, right? Getting transferred from one womb to the other womb. This is inconceivable, and even modern science cannot understand this. That is what is the technology which was there. Now you might say this is all fake. No, this is not fake. This is true. This is what our scriptures say, and that is what was available at that point of time. Okay, so he's transferred to the womb of Rohini, and then Krishna actually enters the womb of Devaki. How does he enter into the womb of Devaki? He first enters into the heart of Vasudeva, and from the heart of Vasudeva he is transferred to the heart of Devaki, and then he enters into the womb of Devaki. And Devaki actually becomes very effulgent. And even Kamsa feels that, oh, my sister has become so effulgent. And once Krishna enters into the womb of Devaki, the demigods also come and circumambulate Devaki, and they also perform puja for the Supreme Lord. And on this tithi, Lord Krishna is actually born in the prison house. So he takes birth in the prison house. And looking at that small child, Devaki Mata becomes very concerned that now Kamsa will come and kill him. So what Lord Krishna does is, in order to pacify his mother, he takes a four-armed form. So he takes this four-armed form and shows to Mother Devaki that I am the Supreme Lord. Don't worry, Mother, I will kill Kamsa. Right? But instead of pacifying her mother, this actually makes her more worrisome. She says that please go away, Kamsa will kill you. Please go somewhere where you can be safe. So you can see the love of the devotees, right? They always feel that they have to protect the Supreme Lord, that they have to take care of him. That is what was the mood of even Yashoda Mata, right? That I have to take care of Krishna. Otherwise, how will he eat? What will he do? How will he sleep? Similarly, you can see that Devaki Mata is also very concerned about Krishna. What will happen to him, and Kamsa can kill him. Even though Krishna shows his four-handed form that I am the Supreme Lord. You don't worry, and I will kill Kamsa. Right? But that affection and love of the devotees is such that even the Lord is bewildered. That how come? I mean, I am showing you my supreme form. Don't worry, Mata, I'll kill him. But still, she is so worried. And then slowly, and once this happens, Krishna then orders Vasudeva to take him to Gokul, where Yashoda Mata at the same time has given birth to a girl child who is called as Yogamaya, who is the eternal potency of the Supreme Lord, and orders Vasudeva that you go there and replace me with the girl child. So he orders Vasudeva to go out of the prison house and replace it. Now the Bhagavatam says that the Supreme Lord orders Vasudeva to do it. And now so Bhagavatam says that Tatascha Shaurem Bhagavat Prachodita. So what does that mean? After all this has happened, the Supreme Lord, Prachodita means to order, and Shaurya means somebody who is very brave. So the Supreme Lord actually is referring to Vasudeva as somebody who is very brave. Now why is it that he is referred to as being very brave, Vasudeva as being referred to as very brave, is because he has already demonstrated those qualities, right? Is he not? Because see, he saved his wife Devaki from sudden death from Kamsa. Right? In that terrible situation, he shown his bravery. Second thing is, he submitted his own 6 sons to Kamsa. Now, a father giving his son to somebody, knowing that it is a sure shot death for those sons, has to be very, very brave, right? You cannot, I mean, if somebody who is a weak-hearted person cannot do that. Third thing is, he is born of King Surasen, right? His father is Surasen, and Surasen himself was very brave. So that bravery is also coming into Vasudeva. So that's why the Supreme Lord refers to Vasudeva as Shorin, right? And orders him to take him to Gokul. Now, another thing to note that is that Vasudeva himself is bound, right? He is bound by the shackles, correct? He is bound like an animal, right? Kamsa used to treat them very badly. Now, if you would have seen how the animals are tied, right? They can only move a certain distance, correct? Similarly, Vasudeva and Devaki could also move in a limited space in the jail, and they were tied. Their ankles were shackled, their hands and feet were shackled. But now Lord Krishna is ordering him to take me out of the prison. So somebody who is not liberated, and Lord Krishna is asking him to liberate him, right? Take him out of the prison. And that is not an ordinary prison which we are talking about. Now, this prison has 16 gates. There are 16 gates in that prison, and after every gate there are lions kept. Hungry lions are there guarding each of those gates of the jail, and then there is a stone slab above. So even if somebody escapes from one of the gates, he will be either eaten by the lion or the slab will crush them. So this is the kind of the jail in which they are put in, and Lord Krishna orders Vasudeva to take him out. So you can see, and the Lord ordered because the Lord believes that Vasudeva is very brave. Correct? That's the only reason why the Lord says that please take me out of this prison. And for the Lord to give such an order to somebody in that situation, you can imagine the kind of confidence he has in Vasudeva. Right? That is the reason he orders Vasudeva to take him out of the prison cell. Now, what happens is, as Vasudeva picks up that child, right, and he puts it in a box. That box is properly, there are beds and all kept in that box, and he puts it in that box, and he then thinks about taking Krishna out, right? Now the moment he starts having Krishna and he takes the first step, the shackles in his legs break. Now this is a very, very poignant thing to understand, that somebody who is carrying Krishna, for them these boundings are automatically broken, and these shackles actually represent the shackles of birth and death, repeated cycle of birth and death. So for somebody who is carrying Krishna, those cycles, this cycle of birth and death is broken for them. So somebody who is carrying Krishna in his heart, right? Because Vasudeva is carrying Krishna on his head, and the moment he lifts up Krishna and takes the first step, those shackles are broken. So for somebody who is carrying Krishna in his heart, the cycle of repeated birth and death is broken. That is what is the significance of the shackles being broken for Vasudeva, right? So similarly for us, if we are chanting the holy names of the Lord, right, we are carrying Krishna on our tongue. If you do that, then this cycle of birth and death is broken, right? You are relieved from this cycle of repeated cycle of birth and death. Okay. Now, second is these 16 gates, right? One by one. Now, once Vasudeva is unshackled, he starts moving ahead one by one, right? So the first gate opens, second gate open, third gate open, and everybody, the guards and all who are there, they go to sleep. So the Yog Maya Shakti or the Maya Shakti of the Lord actually puts all the guards to sleep, the lions and the guards to sleep. Okay, and Vasudeva, as he starts moving, one by one the gates open. Now these gates actually represent So there are 16 gates, right? 16 gates. Now the significance of that 16 gates or the principle behind that is that these 16 gates refer to our 5 working senses, 5 knowledge gaining senses, the mind and earth, water, body, fire and ether. So all the material constituents of our body. And once you have Krishna in your heart, all this the 16 gates get opened, right? So you are relieved from this material body. The soul is relieved from the material body. And that is what is the significance of those 16 gates which get opened. It is not that chanting one round opens one gate. Not like that. It doesn't represent that. So the 16 gates represent this material senses, the mind and the material elements. And once we carry Krishna, we are freed from this body of material senses and material elements. That is what is the significance of those 16 gates opening for Vasudeva. Now once Vasudeva gets out, now the question for Vasudeva is that he has got out, and now the next point is that nobody should see him. Nobody should see Vasudeva carrying Krishna to Gokul, right? Because otherwise then it's a problem. They will report to Kamsa and then he will be caught. So now in this case what happens is the Varun Dev helps him, Indra Dev helps him actually. It starts raining, just like it might start raining now. Now why does it start raining? Very simple, right? If it starts raining, everybody who is outside will come inside the house, right? And once it starts pouring or raining heavily, you cannot see, right? You cannot clearly see, correct? So nobody will be able to see Vasudeva. Third, when Vasudeva walks, there will be some noise, right, of his walking. But due to the heavy rain, that sound will also get submerged because of the falling of the rain. So that's how Indradev actually helps Vasudeva to be able to go to Gokul, right? And then there are some internal reasons as well that why it starts raining, right? I mean, and also another reason is, see, when it rains, we do stay inside, and also people who are inside will go to sleep, right? Generally in rainy season we feel very sleepy, correct? So similarly, when it starts raining, everybody went to sleep, kind of, right? The weather is like that. So that's why it started raining. And then once it started raining, Vasudeva started moving towards Gokul. And what Acharya's comment on this is that the clouds, when they saw Krishna, they saw that he was of their color. So the clouds became very happy. The next time, anytime Krishna is glorified or Krishna's beauty will be described, it will be described as Meghasham or Ghanasham, right? Which is the color of the clouds. And that's why the clouds became very happy and they started pouring. That is also one of the reasons why it started raining. Then the clouds actually felt that we don't have, they also thought Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Now we don't have Patram, we don't have Pushpam, but we do have water. So let's pour out all the water on Krishna. So they took it as an opportunity to do an Abhishek of the Lord. So that is the first Abhishek of the Lord which happened. And the clouds started pouring in order to do Abhishek of the Lord. Right? That is another reason why it started raining. Then Acharyas also explained that the water in the clouds come from the sea. Right? When the sea water is evaporated, that is when the clouds are formed. And who is sea? Sea is, now if you look at it, sea is the father-in-law of the Supreme Lord. Right? Why? Because Lakshmi Devi came from the sea, right? During the Samudra Manthan, Lakshmi Devi appeared from the sea. So in a way, and Lakshmi Devi then is the eternal consort or the eternal consort of the Supreme Lord, right? So in a way, the sea is father-in-law for the Supreme Lord, Krishna. So So the sea or the father-in-law is offering some gifts to his future son-in-law in form of water, and that's why also it started pouring. You see the comparison or the elaborate which the acharyas explained why it started raining, and also. Also Balramji appeared as Sheshnag to protect from behind, and that's why Vasudev started carrying Krishna towards and started moving towards Gokul. Now once he reaches Gokul, he actually exchanges. He puts the baby boy Krishna where the girl child is born, and he takes the girl child and starts moving back to the prison cell. And now what Acharyas explained here is that it was actually two Krishnas which were born. One which was born to Devaki Ma and another which was born to Yashoda. And when Vasudev took Krishna from Mathura to Gokul, both these Krishnas merged and they become Krishna. That is the Krishna. And that is why it is called Yashodanandan Krishna, Devaki Nandan Krishna, right? So Krishna was actually also born to Mother Yashoda. It's not that it was just born to Devaki and then he was transferred there. So Krishna was also born to Mother Yashoda, and both of them merged, and Vasudev brought the girl child back to the prison cell. Right? And one by one, as he brought it back, one by one the gates closed. He himself shackled, he put the shackles on himself and then waited for the next step to happen. So this is what is the story of Krishna's birth. Right? And now once Krishna appeared, see what was the situation of Vasudeva. He cannot celebrate his son's birthday, right? He was in such a position that he could not celebrate the appearance of his son, right? But still, what he did, he thought in his mind and donated millions of cows. So, even with limited facility, with limited things, he celebrated. He celebrated the Janmashtami of his son, celebrated the appearance of his son, right? And if we see Srila Prabhupada also, right? Srila Prabhupada also celebrated Janmashtami on Jaladuta, right? When he was going to America, Janmashtami came when he was traveling on Jaladuta. Now, Jaladuta, the name of the ship was Jaladuta, right? He was traveling to America in order to establish ISKCON, right? That was the order from his guru, and he was trying to follow the order of the guru, right? So he was traveling in Jaladuta, and at that time Janmashtami came. So Srila Prabhupada also could not do an opulent festival, but he celebrated Janmashtami, prepared some prasad, distributed it to his co-passengers, did some Hari Katha, and that is how he celebrated Janmashtami. Now, since Srila Prabhupada celebrated Janmashtami on that Jaladuta, we are celebrating Janmashtami today across the world. You can see that one devotee of the Lord celebrated Janmashtami, and today we are celebrating Janmashtami across the world. Not just in India, but across the world. Be it Australia, America, UK, New Zealand, you name it, and in that country we are celebrating Janmashtami because a pure devotee of the Lord celebrated Janmashtami despite the constrained situation. So it's not that we have to have only an opulent festival. Even with limited resources, we can celebrate a Janmashtami. And our mood while celebrating Janmashtami should be that, Lord, give me some services. Give me that it should be a simple heart, right? We should not have any material desires while celebrating Janmashtami. And if you have that simple heart, that is what pleases Krishna. And once Krishna is pleased, then everything is perfect. And that's why those simple celebrations of Janmashtami done by Srila Prabhupada, by the father of Lord Krishna, they had such a profound effect, right? That celebration of Janmashtami by Srila Prabhupada had such a profound effect that we are celebrating Janmashtami every day, right? So that is how we can see that Devaki and Vasudev celebrated the appearance of the Supreme Lord in the prison cell. Now let's look at how all this we have discussed, so we'll move ahead. So let's see how Nanda Maharaj and Brajvasis celebrated Janmashtami. Now, after the appearance of Krishna, Nanda Maharaj had a big festival, right? Had a big festival in Gokul, right? And what did he do? So Nanda Maharaj actually distributed millions of cows to Brahmanas. Vasudev only thought about distributing the cows, but Nanda Maharaj actually distributed millions of cows to the Brahmanas. And it was not just cows. The cows were decorated. They were decorated with gold, silver, and lot of grains, milk, ghee. He donated profusely on the birth of his or on the appearance of Lord Krishna. So you can see the difference between the celebration done by Vasudev and the celebration being done by Nanda Maharaj. Now Nanda Maharaj had all the facilities available to him, and hence he did a opulent Janmashtami. So similarly, when we have the facilities, we must do an opulent festival for the Lord. That is very, very important. It should be not that, oh, I have lot of facilities but I am still doing a very small festival. No. If you have that opulence, if the Lord has bestowed upon you that opulence, you should use that opulence in the service of the Lord. And Nanda Maharaj actually celebrated in a very, very grand way. So what did the Brajvasis do? The Brajvasis actually, we throw color on each other. The Brajvasis threw butter, ghee, milk on each other while celebrating the appearance of the Supreme Lord. Pure cow ghee, pure butter, not like today, right? So and they threw at each one of them and they celebrated in this way. And the Brajvasis were very happy on the appearance of Krishna, right? They were not that they became envious of Nanda Maharaj. The moment we become envious, all the celebrations become zero. So envy is one thing which is very, very, we should destroy our envy, right? And the Brajvasis were not envious. Please note that Krishna was born to Nanda Maharaj at a very old age. He was pretty old when he had Krishna as his son. And the whole Braja was very happy and was very happy for Yashoda Mata and Nanda Maharaj when Krishna appeared for them. And the whole village joined in the festivities. So in few days back, we actually had gone to one of our devotees' sister's marriage, right? And there we saw that the whole village actually joins in the marriage. This culture is coming from here, right? Whenever something happens, the whole village comes to celebrate. And that was the culture of our Bharat Varsha, where everybody used to come and participate in those festivities. It was not that only invited people come and do it. In the cities now we have done it this way, right? But in villages, even today if you go, you will see that the entire village comes when there is a festival in your home. And that was how it was done earlier also. And that is the reason why people had so much connect with each other, right? And so Nanda Maharaj celebrated this appearance of Krishna in a very, very opulent way. Correct? Now, as I said, it is appearance of Krishna, right? It's not Janmashtami. So similarly, the gopis of Vrindavan, or gopis of Braja, they used to celebrate the appearance of Krishna every day in their life. Every day. For them it is like Krishna is appearing, now it's a festival for us. So we can see that how they celebrate that appearance of Krishna in their life. So this is a shloka from Gopi Geet, where the gopis are talking about the separation from Krishna. And this is what they are saying. Chalasiyata vraja charanya pashun nalina sundaram nathate padam shilatrinam kure chittatina kalilatam mana kanta gacchati. So what they are saying is, Krishna, when you go to the forest, see, when Krishna goes to the forest, he disappears from their vision. So they are saying that Krishna, when you go to the forest, we are very bothered. We become very anxious. Why? Because the pebbles or stones might hurt your lotus feet. When you walk on the pebbles or when you walk in the forest, your lotus feet might get hurt. And that is what makes us anxious. So that is what they are saying, that when you go to the forest, you disappear from our vision and we become very anxious because we think that your lotus feet will be hurt because of pebbles or stones that are present in the forest. So that is, you can see that anxiety or their longing for having Krishna in their life. So they are celebrating every moment of appearance of Krishna in their life, the gopis. So further they say, I mean, this is how the gopis are celebrating the appearance of Krishna, right? And once Krishna, so again they are saying this, right? Atat bhavan ahanikananam truti yugayate tvam apashyatam kutila kuntalam Shri Mukham Chate Jada Udikshatam Pakshmatrit Trisham. So they are saying that when you go to the forest, that 1 second or a fraction of a second feels like a yuga. We feel that separation from you. And they are saying that when you come back, we cannot take enough darshan of you. Why? Because our eyes have eyelid. And this foolish, they are saying jada. Jada means foolish. That foolish creator has put eyelids on our eyes and these eyelids closed and we cannot have your darshan. So that is that separation of the gopis from Krishna. And that is how they celebrate the appearance of Krishna. Right? You can see that deep love which the gopis have for Krishna. Right? And they celebrate the appearance of Krishna every day in their life. The moment he goes to the forest, they feel that anxiousness. And when he comes back, they take darshan of Krishna and feel that they cannot have enough darshan of Krishna because their eyes have eyelids. So you can see how the Brajvasis celebrated the appearance of Krishna. So we'll move ahead. Now we'll look at how Mathuravasis celebrated the appearance of Krishna. Now technically, Krishna did not, he was born, he appeared in Mathura, but he went to Gokul. Now after a decade, he actually goes back to Mathura, right? So Kamsa organizes a wrestling match and he invites Krishna. He sends Sakura to have Krishna invited, right? So you'll see how Mathuravasis celebrate the appearance of Krishna in the Mathura city. Right? Technically, it's not Janmashtami, but it is the appearance of Krishna, as I said. Right? So basically, Narad Muni reveals the secret of Krishna to Kamsa because Krishna tells Narad Muni to do it, and Narad Muni reveals the secret of Krishna to Kamsa, and then Kamsa sends Akrura to bring them to Mathura. So Krishna, Balram, and along with some cowherd boys, they come to Mathura, right? And in Mathura Vasis are actually very eager to see Krishna. So when Krishna enters Mathura city, Bhagavatam describes that the ladies of Mathura, they leave all their work which they were doing and come and have darshan of Krishna. So some of them are looking from their rooftops, some come out of their house. So they basically leave out all the activities which they are doing and come to take darshan of Krishna. So they are so eager to take darshan of Krishna. And these ladies are actually compared to Chataka birds. Chataka birds actually only drink rainwater, right? Similarly, these ladies were having the nectar shower of the beauty of Krishna, right? The blue boy Krishna, right? Like just like cloud, he was showering nectar on them, and they were having that nectar of that nectar from Krishna. And as Krishna moves in the city, he meets a washerman. So that washerman, so Krishna tells that washerman that you have many clothes, can you please give me some clothes? Right? So he asks that washerman to give clothes to them. Now this washerman is a very arrogant person. So he tells Krishna and Balaram that how dare you are asking me clothes. Somebody like, you foolish, he speaks like this. You foolish village dwellers. You people living in the mountains. You don't know anything and you are asking me clothes. Go away from here. If you ask me clothes, Kamsa's soldiers will capture you and kill you. So this angers Krishna and Balaram very much, and they kill that washerman and then take clothes from them and decorate themselves with those clothes. Now once they have worn those clothes, there is another weaver who comes and offers garlands and other things and other paraphernalia to Krishna. And Krishna becomes very happy with them, and he blesses that weaver with lot of wealth and sukruti. Then once Krishna moves ahead in Mathura, he comes to a florist called Sudama florist. Now this florist had seen Krishna in Vrindavan because he used to go to Vrindavan to collect forest flowers. So he has seen the beauty of Krishna and he knows who Krishna is. So the Sudama florist is very eager to offer garlands to Krishna. And that eagerness of Sudama to offer garlands to Krishna brings Krishna actually to the gate of Sudama. Sudama does not go to see Krishna. Actually, Krishna comes to see Sudama. Krishna is asking the address of that florist. Where does this florist live? And Krishna goes to the house of that florist. And Sudama is very happy actually to see Krishna. Okay? And he offers beautiful garlands. So the Sudama florist offers beautiful garlands to Krishna. And Krishna is very happy with his services. And then so Krishna tells Sudama that please ask for some benediction. Can you please ask some benediction from me? And then Sudama florist say that he asks for these three things. I want unflinching devotion to yourself. I want unflinching devotion to you, Krishna. That is the first boon he asks. Achalam bhakti. So he asks Achalam bhakti. So Bhagavatam says that Sudama florist asks for Achalam bhakti. And then he asks association of Krishna's devotees. Which means he asks for Sauruddham. Right? I want to be friends with your Bhakteshu cha Sauruddham. Right? I want to be friends with your devotees. And the third thing he asks is Bhuteshu cha Dayam param. I mean, I want compassion for all the living entities. So these are the three boons which the Sudama florist actually asks Krishna. Right? And this gives us an indication of what we must ask from Krishna. Right? This is what Bhagavatam says, that these are the things which should be asked from Krishna. Not that he can give a whole universe to us, but that is of no use. And you can see how Sudama florist asks for things which are eternal, right? Unflinching devotion to you, right? This devotion is unflinching. No matter what happens, I must remain your devotee. So this is something which is eternal, right? And that is what Sudama florist asks from Krishna. And this is how the devotees of the Lord celebrate the appearance of the Lord in their life, right? How the devotees celebrate the appearance of Krishna in their life. Let's move ahead. Now, another story which comes in this when Krishna enters Mathura is that of Kubja. Now, Kubja is a village girl and she is crooked, she is bent. And and Kubja basically makes ointments and paste which are offered, which she offers to Kamsa. She is an expert in that and she offers those to Kamsa. And Krishna actually asks Kubja for those ointments and paste so that he can adorn his body. And Kubja, without any fear, actually offers this paste and ointment to Krishna. See, this pastime actually happens right in front of Kamsa's palace. Now, Kamsa can see from, if he comes on the rooftop, he can see Kubja. He can see what Kubja is doing. But despite all that, Kubja is fearless and offers the ointment and paste to Krishna to serve him. And Krishna becomes very happy and makes her into a very beautiful woman. So the hunch goes away and she becomes a very beautiful woman. And similarly, Krishna removes all the impurities from the hearts if we serve him. So that is the important thing, right? If we serve Krishna, so the only way to get rid of our anarthas is to serve Krishna and his devotees. Once we do that, we can get rid of all the impurities. And once we get rid of the impurities, we can have Krishna in our heart. And that is what this pastimes of Krishna with Mathura Vasis show us, right? That if you serve Krishna and serve his devotees, you can have a pure heart, and in that pure heart, Krishna will then enter into it. And once Krishna enters into that heart, we know what happens, right? We get rid of this cycle of birth and death. The doors of Goloka Vrindavan open for those devotees who have carried Krishna in their heart, right? So now let's look at how Dwarkavasis celebrated Krishna, right? Now Krishna made Dwarka the capital, right? And he used to go out of Dwarka very frequently. He used to go to he used to go to Hastinapur or Indraprastha or Kurukshetra. So after the Kurukshetra war, when Krishna was returning to the capital Dwarka, he took out his conch shell and he started blowing that Panchajanya conch shell. The moment the Dwarkavasis heard this conch shell, they came out of their homes to welcome Krishna. They left all whatever they were doing and they came out to welcome Krishna, right? And they were very happy to see Krishna. So they say that whenever Krishna you go out, I mean you stay during a very small time you stay in Dwarka, and most of the time you are traveling and we cannot have enough darshan of you. So once again when Krishna comes back, it is like Krishna is appearing again for them, and they become very happy and welcome Krishna, and they go to welcome him at the city gate, right? So and see, if you and they also bring some presents for Krishna. When Krishna comes back, they also bring some presents for Krishna. Now, bringing presents for Krishna can be compared to, like, Krishna is Sarva Karana Karana, right? He's the owner of everything, he's the proprietor of everything. Now, bringing presents for such a person means like offering a lamp to the sun, right? Offering a lamp to the sun. Sun is so bright, right? Our lamp is so small. So offering a lamp, it's like offering a lamp to the sun, right? But still, we should make that offering, because no matter what, this shows our love towards that person, right? No matter how small things which we do, that shows our love towards that person. And hence, even if it is like offering a lamp to the sun, we must be doing it, right? So that's why the Dwarkavasis, when Krishna comes back, they bring presents for him. Now, you can imagine, right? Krishna who is Sarva Karana Karanam, and Krishna also accepts those presents with with great gratitude and happiness, right? He himself says that, right? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayashyati tad aham bhaktya upaharitam ashnani prayat atmanam. So if we offer anything to Krishna with love, he will accept it, right? No matter how small it is. So that is the mood of offering anything to Krishna. And that is also the mood of celebrating this festival. That no matter whatever is my position, whatever is my condition, whatever I have, please take it, Krishna. Right? That and if we offer it with love and without pride, Krishna will accept it. Right? So this is how the Dwarkavasis celebrated the appearance of Krishna in their city. Right? Now let's look at how Hastinapur Vasis celebrated the appearance of Krishna. So Krishna went to Hastinapur now as a messenger of Yudhishthir Maharaj. At that time, Duryodhan was very happy to see Krishna, and he invited Duryodhan into his palace and said that I have made arrangements for staying for you at my brother's palace, Dushashan's palace, and that palace is much more wonderful than my palace. But then Krishna understood what is there in Duryodhan's heart, right? He knows what Duryodhan is up to, right? Duryodhan is someone who is always against the devotees of the Lord, right? He is against the Pandavas who are great devotees of the Lord, and the Lord will not tolerate somebody who is against his devotees, right? So that's why Krishna says to Duryodhan that I will not take your hospitality. I am not interested in your hospitality because I know what is in your heart. So similarly, even if we do very opulent celebrations or make great presentations to Krishna, but if it is made with a ulterior motive, Krishna will reject it. Right? So it is very important that we offer Krishna, whatever we offer to Krishna, we offer it with love. And Krishna basically rejected that offering made by Duryodhana and actually went to Vidura's house. And in Vidura's house, Vidura and Vidurani are very happy to see Krishna. They become very ecstatic, and Vidur actually starts offering bananas to Krishna, and he peels the banana, throws the banana and offers the peel to Krishna, and Krishna is eating that peel also, because he knows that it is offered with so much love. Now we cannot imitate like this because Vidura was ecstatic, but if we do it purposely, then Krishna will not accept it like that. So you can see that love, that whenever there is love, Krishna is ready to accept even the banana peels, right? And that's where Surdas bhajan is there, right? Duryodhan ka meva tyaga sag vidur ghar khai, right? And that's what our scriptures say, that Krishna rejected the hospitality of Duryodhana because it was done with an ulterior motive, right? And there was no love involved in it. So unless there is love, Krishna cannot appear in our heart, right? Krishna will not accept our services. Okay? Now let's look at how Indraprastha Vasis invited Krishna. So Indraprastha is basically the capital of Yudhishthir Maharaj, and Yudhishthir Maharaj was performing a Rajasya Yajna, and he invited Krishna along with his wives and children to Indraprastha, and Krishna along with his wives and children went to Indraprastha, and Yudhishthir Maharaj made excellent arrangements for Krishna and his wives and family, and Yudhishthir Maharaj himself came out to receive Krishna, and Krishna was offered Agra Puja in that Rajasya Yajna. And similarly, you can see, and you will know that Krishna in that ceremony accepted a very menial service. He accepted the menial service of washing the feet of the guests who are coming to that Rajasya Yajna. So Krishna, for his devotees, is ready to take any menial service as well. See, we devotees serve Krishna, and Krishna is also serving his devotees. That is what this pastime of Krishna shows. And Krishna reciprocated with that love from Yudhishthir Maharaj in the same way. Now you can see in that same assembly, Shishupal was very envious of Krishna. And Krishna then cut off his head using his Sudarshan Chakra. So having envy for the Supreme Lord or being envious of his position is a sure shot road to hell for devotees or in fact anybody. Right? Having envy for Krishna is a clear cut road to hell. Right? So this is how Indraprastha Vasis invited Krishna in their city. Now Rukmini Devi also wrote a love letter to Krishna. So Rukmini Devi also invited Krishna into her life. And that was the first love letter written by somebody to Krishna. Right? That is the first love letter written. And Rukmini Devi used to hear about Krishna, right, from the Brahmana. And so she wrote a secret letter to Krishna saying that please come and kidnap me. And she described how Krishna can kidnap Rukmini. Rukmini basically wanted to marry, Rukmini, the brother of Rukmini, wanted to marry Rukmini to Shishupal. But Rukmini wanted to marry Krishna. Right? So that's why she wrote a love letter, and in that love letter she describes that I have given my heart to you, Krishna, please come and kidnap me. And after reading that letter, Krishna comes rushing. So Rukmini is the queen of Kondanapur or Vidarbha. Kondanapur is basically a place in Vidarbha where Krishna abducted Rukmini. And Rukmini is the queen of Vidarbha. That place, Kondanapur, is still there, and you can still go to that place from where Krishna abducted Rukmini. And there is a ISKCON temple there, and in that ISKCON temple there is a tree, and it is said that from that tree Krishna basically abducted Rukmini after she came out after doing the puja. So Rukmini Devi went to offer puja to Durga Devi, and once she comes out of that temple, Krishna comes and abducts her from there. So that tree is still there, and you can have that darshan of that tree, which is now in the ISKCON premises and well preserved. So you can go to Kondanapur and have that darshan of that tree still, from where Krishna abducted Rukmini. Right? Now let's look at some of the things which can please Krishna. Right? We have seen how people invited Krishna into their life. So these are some of the very simple scriptural references which we can see and know how to please Krishna. One very simple thing is by chanting his holy names. Now in Kali Yuga there is no other process which will work. So chanting the holy name of the Lord is the only process by which we can develop loving relationship with Krishna. Right? So that is the only way by which we can develop our relationship with Krishna, by chanting his holy name. And it's not just any mantra, but this is called as Maha Mantra, which is given in Kali Sanatana Upanishad. So in Kali Yuga, chanting the Maha Mantra is the most recommended method to attain Krishna's mercy. Srila Prabhupada emphasized chanting 16 rounds daily as a standard for serious devotees. So this 16 rounds chanting is given by Srila Prabhupada for devotees who want to attain the love of Krishna. So what we are requesting as ISKCON is, please chant the holy names of the Lord. Maybe you can start with simple one round and then slowly increase and to make it to 16 rounds. But please chanting the holy names of the Lord. And that is a sure shot method to gain mercy of the Supreme Lord. So the Krishna's name is non-different from Krishna, and chanting the holy names of Krishna is a sure shot process to attain Krishna in this Kali Yuga. Second is, how do we Again, having loving devotion to Krishna. Now, what do you mean by loving devotion to Krishna? So, Krishna says that Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame eveshashi yuktave atmana mad parayana. So, he's saying that engage your mind in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Now, if you cannot engage your mind, then offer obeisances to me. If you cannot even offer obeisances, worship, try to worship me. Try to become absorbed in me, and then you will definitely come to me. So the process to obtain Krishna or to get loving devotion to Krishna is explained in Bhagavad Gita by Krishna himself. Right? Then another way to please Krishna is very straightforward, which is like respecting and serving the Vaishnavas. The devotees of the Lord. See, the devotees of the Lord are more powerful than the Lord. How do we know that? Mother Yashoda used to control Krishna, and Krishna used to submit himself to Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda also bound Krishna to the mortar, right? So the devotees of the Lord can even control the Lord. The Lord comes under the control of his devotees. And so, if you want to please Krishna, you must please his devotees. Pleasing his devotees means you have to serve those devotees. And how do we serve those devotees? By offering menial services to them, by serving the Guru, right? Guru, who is a representative of the Supreme Lord and who is a devotee of the Lord. If you serve the Guru, you can easily get the mercy of Krishna, right? That's what our prayers say. Yasya prasadan bhagavad prasado, yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. Without obtaining the mercy of the Guru, you cannot obtain the mercy of the Supreme Lord, right? Then worshipping the deity form, right, as what we are doing here, correct? Archa Vigraha worship is another process to please the Supreme Lord, and that is what is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. And now, how we can welcome Krishna further in our life? We can build a temple for the Lord, right? We are attempting to build a temple for Krishna in Nalaganda, and that is another way to invite Krishna in our life, right? Somebody who builds a temple of the Lord, for him the Lord will build a place in Vaikuntha himself, right? So if we build a temple for the Supreme Lord here on Earth planet, the Supreme Lord will build a home for us in Vaikuntha, and this cycle of birth and death will become extinguished for us, right? So that's why when we are asking for donations, please do contribute, and that will provide you a ticket to Vaikuntha, right? And this is also one of the ways to please Krishna. When you serve, see, this is a direct service which you can do to Krishna. We have been given this money, and we can use this money in the service of Krishna. So please contribute for the construction of the temple, right? So again, few other ways in which we can please Krishna is living a pure and humble life, right? So Krishna is talking about being detached from material gain, being pure in heart and body, expert in spiritual life, and being free from distress and ego. So that is another way by which, if you lived a pure and humble life, you can please Krishna. And then studying scriptures, obviously. So our prayers to Krishna on Janmashtami should be that, please give me service, Krishna, so that I can increase my bhakti and service to you, right? So what is the sure shot process to invite Krishna in our life? And Bhagavatam gives an answer to this. And what does Bhagavatam says is, Pravishta karna randhrena swayam bhava saruroham dunoti samalam Krishna shalisya yatha. Now what does that mean? The sound incarnation of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, enters into the heart of a self-realized devotee, sits on the lotus flower of his loving relationship, and thus cleanses the gut of material association such as lust, anger, and hankering. Thus it acts like an autumn rains upon pools of muddy water. So hearing about the pastimes of Krishna is the process by which, so the Krishna enters our hearts through these ears, and then he goes to our heart, and then he stays in our heart. So the sure shot way to attain Krishna is to hear about the pastimes of Krishna, right? And that is one of the sure shot process described in Srimad Bhagavatam by which we can attain Krishna, right? So now I will just, because we are building a temple and we are trying to build a temple of the Lord, which is called as IVCC Cyberabad. So I request everybody to just pay some attention, and I'll explain what we are trying to do in that temple. There is a brochure which is available here, and there are different kinds of sevas which are mentioned in this brochure. So I'll just explain briefly what we are trying to do in this temple. So this is the master plan of the temple. This is roughly 2 acres of land which we have got, and this is where we are trying to build the temple. So this is the main entrance of the temple. So there is a main road here, and then there is a main entrance. Then once you enter here, there will be deities of Radha, Krishna, and Ashtasakis here in this area, and there will be a mandapam here. So this is one of the temples. Now there are a lot of rocks on this land. So on top of these rocks, we are building a temple for Lord Ramchandra. Okay, and then there will be a Goshala here, and then there will be a kitchen, dining hall, and administrative office here, and some parking here. Then there is this. Once you come here, there is Panchatattva deities which will be installed here. So there will be a Panchatattva temple here, and then there is this open hall. There will be this open mandapam, and this will be open to sky, right? And then there is an area here called as the banquet hall, and the rooms and accommodation, all of that. So this temple is being planned. So right now what we have done is we have started constructing this area. So where we are building the Sankirtan hall, the kitchen, the dining area, and the most important thing is there will be also Govinda's restaurant which will be coming here. 3 floors Govinda's restaurant with different cuisines from across India, and all prasadam, right? It is all prasadam. So this is what, and then there are some shops and facilities which are being built. So this is the master plan of the temple, and we are building this temple. The temple construction has started. We have cleared this land. There were a lot of rocks across the temple, but apart from this main rock which cannot be removed, it's a very big rock. It's more than like 30 feet to 40 feet high, and on top of that there will be a temple for Lord Ramchandra. So we are not going to remove those rocks, but on top of that build a temple for the Lord. Okay, so the construction has just started. It's a very big project. It's a very ambitious project, and this is the biggest temple of ISKCON in South India. So please contribute generously to the construction of the temple. Yes, this will be bigger than Abhid's ISKCON temple also. So and you can contribute by contributing to the construction of the kitchen, as I said. Since this is 52nd birthday of Krishna, appearance day of Krishna, we are putting that you can contribute 5200 per square feet for construction. So you can contribute for 5 square feet, 1 square feet, 10 square feet, whatever be your capability, please do contribute and help us to build this temple. See, people say that the temples are of no use, but temples are actually real hospitals. They help to cure the mental illness of the people, right? India, in tradition, I mean, if you look at our history, all the economy of the town was based on the temple. The temple used to be the central location, and the whole town used to be around the temple. and people used to do various services in the temple, and that is how their life used to be. It was a life which used to revolve around the temple. Unfortunately, that culture has been destroyed, and now people feel that temples are of no use. No, that is not correct. Temples are real hospitals, right? Today we see that there are so many suicides, so many depressions, so much problems going on in life. And temple is the place which provides that soothing, that environment which can help you to stay calm and regain your mental consciousness. It is a mental hospital. Temples are actually mental hospitals which can cure your mental illness. So please donate graciously, profusely, so that we can build this opulent temple for Lord Krishna. And see, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for service, right? You don't get these opportunities always. If Krishna has given us some wealth, please use it in his service. A small fraction of your wealth will help us to build this temple, and that will be a direct service which you can render to Krishna, right? You don't get these opportunities every day, and you're getting these opportunities. Please take it and help us to build this temple. So then another thing which I want to explain is the life membership program which we have. This life membership program is applicable across all the ISKCON temples in India. So you get a full set of Srimad Bhagavatam. You can see that Srimad Bhagavatam which is kept there. There are 18 books. You get a full set of Srimad Bhagavatam. You get 3 days of accommodation free. Only you have to pay maintenance every year for your family per annum. So 3 days you can stay in any ISKCON temples where there are rooms. You can book those rooms and stay there, and without any charges. You only have to pay maintenance charge. Okay? And then we will also perform Go Puja and Archana on your birthdays, on your appearance days, and you will also get a cake, special Mahaprasadam cake delivered at your home every year, not just 1 year, every year. And since I showed you that we are also building some banquet hall and rooms, you get 10% discount on booking that banquet hall for any function which you want to do, right? Events and celebration bookings can be done using that hall, right? So please, if you want to become a life member, you are most welcome. Or you can contribute for building the Sankirtan hall. Any service you can take. And it is not necessary that you have to contribute this much amount only. Even small amounts of 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, whatever you can contribute, please do contribute, so that we can build this grand temple for Krishna and invite him in our lives. Right? Just like we see how the devotees of the Lord invited Krishna in their life, we can invite Krishna in our lives by building a grand temple for him. Please understand that Krishna doesn't need a temple, right? Does he need a temple? Does he need our services? He doesn't need our temple, he doesn't need our services. It is his mercy that he gives us these services, right? And by taking these opportunities and doing service to him, that is how our life will become successful. There is no other success in this material world apart from serving Krishna and serving his devotees. Right? No matter what you become, you will never become satisfied unless you serve. And that service, this opportunity is being given, please take it and do serve the Supreme Lord. This is a very, very direct service which you can do to the Supreme Lord. And our scriptures describe that anybody who builds a temple for Krishna, his 8 generations are liberated. Their sins are wiped out. Right? It's not that I am saying it. See, you can see that Vamana Purana says that on building a temple of Sri Madhav, one can attain the eternal Vaikuntha Loka. And having acquired wealth and built a temple with small portion of it, not even, you don't have to donate everything, even a small portion of it, a person acquires piety and gains favor from Lord Hari. This is mentioned in Agni Purana. And whoever constructs or helps to construct a temple will protect 8 generations of father, grandfathers and forefathers from falling into hell. So please take this opportunity and do contribute. You can take this brochure. There is a QR code on this. This will directly go to the ISKCON's bank account. It is not going anywhere else. This donation will go directly to the ISKCON's bank account. There is also a website called giveiskconcyberabad.com. I'll show that. Let me figure out the exact address.
No, it's Hyderabad, right? CYD.
Oh, sorry. So you can see this give.iskconcyberabad.com and there are various services which are available. You can contribute to any of them and you can generate the 80G receipt right after doing the donation. So this is all completely online. You can give your details and it will generate an 80G certificate as well. So please do contribute here and so you can, all the services are listed here which you can do. And if you are not interested to do any of this, you can just decide on any amount which you want to donate. It's not necessary that you have to contribute this amount only. You can decide. You decide if you click. You can contribute whatever amount you want to contribute for the construction of the temple. So please do use this opportunity and please contribute for the temple. Right? So, are there any questions on this? So I mean. So there are few other services as well if you want to contribute a little bigger amount. So you can even contribute for Srila Prabhupada's altar. You can contribute for the DT's altar, main altar. You can even do a DT sponsorship. You can contribute for DT sponsorship. You can contribute for the DT room and temple hall interior. And again, it's not that you have to contribute the whole amount. You can contribute a part of it and can say that you want to contribute towards this, right? And somebody who is contributing, there are some. So if you contribute, so there is free accommodation facility for 21 days for donor facility. So all these facilities which will be provided to the donors are also listed. I have a brochure. I can provide the brochure. Please take a look and do contribute for this construction of the temple. Right? So just to conclude, we saw that how Krishna appears in this world and how various devotees of the Lord celebrate the appearance of the Lord and in their lives. Right? Similarly, we are celebrating the appearance of Krishna in our life. Right? We should be grateful that Krishna has appeared in our life and he is available. See, being born in Bharatvarsha, and we are so fortunate that we are born in Bharatvarsha and we have this knowledge about Krishna. People outside of Bharatvarsha don't even know who is the Supreme Lord, right? We have this knowledge. Please make use of it and make your life successful. So with this, I'll stop here. Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna. My advice pranam to each one of you. Very good.
just need the lyrics.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone. We've been educating for so long. Let's sing together.